Well, it's a couple of days later. We finished the seeding. We had the dust storm. We had some rain. Had about 18 mils of rain. So it was nice. Settled the dust. See where this has been in the shed. A little bit of dust there. So we'll take this fuel tank off now and go and have a look where it got smoothed out a bit. Whether I can run the harrows over it, just a few acres, just to rough it up so it can resist another breeze. Because before it comes up, it depends if the wheat's already on the way up. We can't do it. A little bit more spraying to do, and better go and have a look at this canola as well and see what's happening there. So I'll see if this wants to start. Jeez. Rugged. So you can see what happened here. Absolutely. It's probably not as bad as I thought it might be, to be honest. It was pretty heavy duty wind, and you can still see the rows. So that's a testament to modern farming. Years ago, a day like that would have been hollowed out, but it's not great. But I'm just going to have a look here to see whether it still hasn't soaked down, you know. That moisture has not soaked down yet. Bugger if I know. It's only that moisture is yet to soak down. But yet you get here and here. No, what is this? This is probably bloody brome grass, I reckon. Is that wheat? No, it's wheat that's up. So, very variable. Bugger if I know. Yeah, there is wheat coming up here. There actually is wheat coming up here. Now, just having a quick look at this canola, which is mainly volunteer barley at the moment, which you can see we had a huge wind last year. A lot of this stuff are heads that were on the ground. There'd be obviously a bit out of the header, but it's I'm not too worried about that. That'll be easy enough to kill. There might be a bit of ryegrass as well. Pleased to see there's not a lot of broadleaf weeds, because they are a problem in canola. There is a little bit of canola coming up, but in places, but it's because it's been so dry. There's some there, obviously. So hopefully more of it will emerge, hopefully, in the next few days. And then we can think about spraying it. This barley, it's not, inter-row sowing does look good, although it's not set up accurate enough to do it consistently, but you can see where the stubble's been left. Certainly saved this paddock going the other day, years ago, when it would have been disced in and maybe wet. Then we'd sow some urea into it, pre-drill some urea. It all powdered down, and it would have been on the dry side. May have been too dry to sow anyway. But had you done that, it would have been drifting. Yet, I mean, it tested it, but there's a lot of material here to hold it all together and stop. Just slow that wind down at ground surface, so at ground level, to stop it taking off. I mean, even in that other paddock, in the wheat paddock with the bean residue, even on that end where it's very sensitive, it helped a lot. It stopped it while it smoothed it out. It didn't completely go away. It didn't completely take off. So after having a look, and there's there's stuff. Ah, baby. The problem is, some of it hadn't germinated. There's quite a bit like that, which is only about a day or so from coming through. Run the harrows over this, and you risk ruining these. And I dare say there's more of them germinated than I thought. I'm actually surprised. I thought it was a bit too dry to germinate, but apparently not. So that's good. So I think we'll leave it. There's a bit of roughage here. There's only that one little spot, and that's over there. I would have loved to have done something to that, but I don't feel that. I think it would be a bad move. I think I'd do more harm than good. So I think we're going to have to leave it. And I think it'll be better off left and let it grow and cover up itself and not disturb it. Just my 2 cents for what I know. Ah yes, the character roads of here. No, well, to be fair, it's a back road. But it certainly makes for interesting navigation. Don't think you'd want to take your car down here. Just going for a bit of a cruise around. It doesn't look so bad. Not so bad. What's really positive is this hasn't drifted. I mean, it dusted a bit right here where it was a bit bare, which you can see, yeah, the canola doesn't like that. My God, it doesn't. It is coming through. I think another dose of Purifos is probably in order, just to freshen that up. We did put the insecticide out early, but I think it needs a bit more, just to be on the safe side. But the primary thing is it didn't drift, because it could have been a disaster. That hill over there at times can be very dicey, which I was worried about it, but it held up. So cheers for that. Nice. Very nice indeed. So, and as far as I can tell, it's mainly grass weeds, so that's excellent as well. That should be pretty easy to control, and then we should be away. Just as long as it all comes up. Morning! Alright. First order of business, get this auger out of the weather into this shed. So then we just got to go and get this other spraying done. Box of gold. So why do I use that kit? And then we're on the road. Right, so we're out here spraying some box of gold on top of the doing it post sowing pre-emergent. So the idea behind doing a little bit of, because this had Trefoil and Avidex incorporated by sowing IBS, I know there used to be a bit of brome and a little bit more weed pressure around here. We're getting on top of it, but just to be sure, because there's been nothing come up earlier, so anything that's in the ground will still be there. Where I am aware of a couple of bad patches, I'm going to just, for insurance, add this to the mix, because there's not a lot of cost-effective in-crop controls if you need them for barley. So this is the best we can do for now, and we've had good success with it in the last few years, so that's what we're going to continue doing. Excellent. Beautiful day for spraying too. Just a light breeze, overcast, nice. Alright, so just trying to get a grade level for our application for this shed, because it is a bit, we've got to cut and fill quite a bit here, so corner to corner. So we're going to go up, surprising. I might need 2 hands for this. So after a bit of deliberating, well, good afternoon, first of all. After a bit of deliberating whether to give it a bit more chlorpyrifos on the canola there, I've sort of decided to do it because there's not much damage, but there just is a little bit, and circumstances this week are not going to let me be able to monitor it. So I'm thinking my prudent thing to do is just to go and do it. So I'm just going to rinse this out. I'm going to put a bit of laundry detergent through it to neutralise everything. Just give it a quick rinse out. It should be pretty fine. What was in there before shouldn't really hurt, but just to be on the safe side, put a bit of that and a bit of boom cleaner in it, and that should do the job. Just flush everything out properly. We did do a bit of a flush out, but there's always a bit of stuff left, so we do that and we will be sure we won't hurt anything, because that's the last thing we want to do. Well, that's just beautiful. Yeah, so no, it's cleaned it out. There's actually a little bit of trefoil left in the line, which shows, you can see in the yellow there, I mean just rinsing it using these flush taps. So yeah, it's always good to give it a good clean up, get the residue out. So and it won't hurt anything in this yard. It'll dry away. There's going to be no one around, and well, what do you got? It's got to go out somewhere. There's nothing you can do. Just do it somewhere where it's not going to hurt anything. A little high. All right. We'll move you now, big fella. Oh, the big beast fire. You are dusty. That was a bloody hell. Needs a good clean out. Anyway. Like nothing on earth. That's as easy as you like. That's pretty much all I wanted to do, because I have to leave this out for a few days. It's got to be cleaned out. I just want to see whether we get a rain and whether it comes up alright. I don't want to unpack it in a rush, because it's not the quickest thing to put together and then find I have to use it again. So that's why I'm not going to rush to put it in the shed. But it's that's another example. New shed. Just pull it in. It's undercover. It's wonderful. Don't have to leave it out in the open. Well, we're out here giving it, and it's a nice spraying day. See lots of volunteers there. Some ryegrass, heaps of ryegrass. Doesn't seem to be too much broadleaf weed, so that's nice. Look at that on the bonnet. Bloody rats in the sky. You bastards! Alright. See you out on the road. Right, so we're on our way out. I've just got to tidy up this road that I saw last night. I think there's more rain coming. We've had 2/3 of an inch, or 16.5 mils, 66 points. The devil's rain, as some might say. But apparently I wasn't here yesterday, but it blew its absolute guts out, and it did actually quite a bit of damage. So I suspect we're going to might even have to resow a little bit, because it just hammered away at it, which is that's not so good. It's actually really bad. Some of it might recover, but yeah, 60 kilometre winds, never going to do much good. I've made it passable, and look, more rain. Well, that's good. Very good. That's good. Hail. Focus. But believe me, there's hail. Look at that. Oh, we need a lot more rain than that. But anyway, it's a start. So this lead here, which obviously it smoothed it off on this corner the other day, I think this will recover. You can see it looks better actually in real life than it does look through the phone, but it's probably going to be okay. Well, it may not look like it, but you sort of see the tinge of green there. It is recovering, but bloody hell, it gave it a shellacking the other day. Geez, I hope it's the last day like this we get for a while. No doubt it won't be though. So, one dumb thing we did at seeding, and this is recovering, I think it'll, for the most part, I think it'll actually be okay. It looks better in real life than it does through the camera. But, I mean, there was enough moisture at the time, so I thought it would be safe enough. But if it was in doubt, should have crossed it against the wind. Just gives it another barrier to hold it up. And instead of getting going and tearing right along. So that was something stupid we did with this paddock, and the other one too. So we look here and see all that ryegrass, not so much barley there because that was rep before the wind last year, so not as much head loss. But you look there, clean, dirty. What's going on here? It's where the headland is. The barley was double sown. Was thicker and choked the ryegrass out. Goes to show you. So finally out here spraying the green mat, that is the canola. So there's some volunteer barley, a lot of ryegrass and some canola there too amongst all this. It looks actually a lot better for the phone than what it looks in real life. It looks absolutely terrible in real life, but thankfully giving it a spray. Hopefully this sorts it out. Yeah, we were going to use some propizamide and clethodim in this mix, but ended up the canola is going to, well, the grass is going to overtake the canola by a mile. I need to spray it now, and while some of the early germinating canola that germinated with the first rain is at the right stage, there's still a lot coming through, and propizamide will just knock that out. So we're going with this. It's probably a bit safer for germinating canola. So hopefully we'll see a tidier paddock, but also hopefully we don't kill all the canola that we actually want. Farming. Like a lawn. Well, boys and girls, we're going to just try and tidy this up and set that on fire while it's a decent sort of day. It's going to be a bit damp, it's dry now. Take our chances! So the old 6700 did a really good job. We've just pushed most of this up into a heap here. There's firewood over there if anyone wants to buy some, but over here not so much so. There's mainly boughs and little stuff, and we just need to get it out of the road. A few stumps, might be a bit more to burn, but this is where the shed's going, so it needs to be tidied up. So I think we might try and see what we can get alight now while it's relatively safe, because it's not going to, for the first time in a long while, it's not going to take off and burn for miles. It looks pretty, and don't those clouds look nice? Rain, I hope, without a gale. Well, let's see how we go. Beauty, one match. That's the beauty with mallee leaves. They will just take off. Now, if only you were a pyromaniac. Isn't that beautiful? Pretty fire. Actually, it looks pretty through the film. Whoa, this is going to get hot. And that is why bushfires take so much controlling. Those leaves just burn like crazy. Oh, that's burning better than I thought it might. We'll tidy some of this stuff up. Boy, look at that. New shoes. New chunky looking shoes. So they were, yeah, getting to the point of being past it. So yeah, because of all the flat tyre problems we have with these, because they wear out the tubes, they're good tyres, but we decided to go with these. Got a hold of some genuine steel rims, so we'll see how we go with these. They look the part anyway. Nice. Well, that's a nice lawn we have here. Far out. It might be having an effect, but geez, nervy times. Bloody hell, what a mess. So this does seem to have recovered to a fair degree. A little bit thin here, but I don't think it's worth stirring it up. There is still grain coming up, surprisingly. So I think it'll be okay, but it actually looks to have recovered decently. And the other thing too, that Weevily seed I was worried about, can't notice any difference. So next step is going to roll that cyclone across for the old two old pets and the alpaca. Then we'll take up that fence and that little short bit there too, so we can actually get to here properly. Pull the other couple of trees down that were in the road. We can actually get ready to level this pad. So it's all going to happen, isn't it, fellas? Alrighty. We're out here trying to smoke a bit of this grass. So we've got a bit of volunteer barley and brome grass and ryegrass and all of the fun things that you don't really want in your legume crop, in your favour bean crop. So just trying to knock them out. So this time around it's probably a brew I've got a bit more confidence in. It's Factor, Clefo, and what else have we got in there? We've got a bit of tebuconazole, and I've got a little bit of chlorpyrifos, just a little bit of that, and oh yeah, some sulfate of ammonia, which is supposed to make this work really well as well. So yeah, it's quite the brew, but hopefully it'll knock the grasses out and clean the crop up.